I hope you all can see me. I can see you guys. It looks like the audio is registering. Just if you can hear me and see me, I'd appreciate you saying hello. Saying hello. We're going to spend a little time together. Let's learn some stuff. I'm so excited about what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. Put it together for you last week and actually earlier this month. And I'm glad to share. This is my second week broadcasting live here in the group. And I have a really great tool to share with you. I got a couple of great stories I'd love to share with you to kind of give you some insight around what our subject matter is going to be for today. If I can get comfortable and adjusted here. Sorry about that. You have to see me doing all the shuffling, but that's the way it is when it's live, baby. Let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me. It looks like we are going through and we are registering. Few folks are on. Let me know if you can hear me and see me, and we'll get started. Management CPR, coaching, processing, and releasing managers to be the best version of themselves that they could be. That's what I'm endeavoring to do this month, sharing some of my knowledge and some of the wisdom that I've gained over the years in regards to managing for-profit businesses, not-for-profit organizations, and things of that nature, and projects and people. For a few decades, but I want to talk about something. I want to just get right into it because I'm really excited about this. Right? I want to talk about clarity. I want to talk about clarity and having clarity in your business. Clarity in your business. I'm going to start off with actually just a really quick story. A few years ago, I have three boys. Married to my wife Vicky for we've been married for 32 years, and one of the things that I noticed early on, because I got married when I was young and I didn't know a whole lot about married life and about being a parent and all that kind of good stuff, and I was learning obviously as I went on. But I took a summer off actually to start one of my first businesses. I took a summer off, and one of the things that I noticed, it was one night I was working really late, and Vicky came in, put her bags down, put the boys down. They were, all of that. So we played with them for a little while. She prepared dinner. I ate at my desk. It was one of those nights. I ate at my desk and went ahead and finished up, went in, helped her do the dishes. She put the boys down, gave them a bath, put them in their pajamas, and put them down. And it was about 11, 12 o'clock at night at that point. So I went back to work. Everybody was cool and it was really quiet. So it's a great time to work late at night. So I went to work and I was on the computer, and it's probably like 1 or 2 o'clock, and I can hear one of the boys cry. And I pushed my chair back to go upstairs because I knew she was sleeping. So I pushed my chair back to go upstairs, and you could hear her feet, because I was on the downstairs. You hear her feet run across to the room, right? She goes, she gets them settled, takes a few minutes, gets them settled. She goes back. Closes the door and goes back and lays down. Probably about an hour or so later, it was one of those nights that you just stayed up all night. An hour or so later, same thing happened, different boy, because of course you know your children's cries, each of them. So she goes and she takes care of that, and goes ahead and puts him down and does the same thing. And now it's getting late, and it's about 5, and I hear the alarm go off. 5:45, 5:43, as a matter of fact. I remember that date or that time. So it's 5:43 a.m. Alarm goes off. She hits the off. She does not hit snooze. Alarm goes off. She hits it off, and she flies down the corridor. She wakes up the boys, and they all come downstairs. And she's bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, kisses me, "Morning, honey," and says something stupid, and we start laughing. And I realized something for a moment. I'm like, "Hey." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "You didn't sleep." She's like, "Randy, no. I never sleep." You guys, for the first 5 years of my marriage, my wife didn't sleep more than 3 hours a night, every day. Her job is 24/7, every day. I'm like, we've got to change that. I mean, that's ridiculous. How do you function? She's like, "I don't know. We're in our early 20s, so you got that youth on your side, but you can't keep doing that with 3 little babies and all that stuff. So you can't just keep, producing at that level." So I sat down with her, and we created this plan. And what we did, and I'm going to give you guys a way to do this in your business and in your homes. What we did is we gathered everything that we did in the course of a day. Everything. I mean, shopping, clothes, washing, doing the lawn, all of those things. Everything activity-wise that we did as a family. And what I did, I created this little schematic, because I'm a nerd, so it was like right up my alley. I created this schematic, and I gave everybody a job. Gave everybody a job. Once I understood that this was what was going on, this change in the psyche of my family needed to happen, I'm like, everybody's got to help. Everybody. And my youngest was about 4 at that time. So what we did, we divided up all the work of the house. Everything, from grocery shopping, cooking, everything. My wife had grocery shopping and cooking. Those 2 things. That's all. I did all laundry. Anything pertaining to clothes in regards to buying them, ironing them, washing them, taking them to the cleaners. I was working in corporate America at that time, so I had a lot of long shirts and all that kind of good. You know what I'm talking about. So I had laundry. My youngest boy, his job was just the waste paper basket in the bathroom. That's his whole job. But everybody had a job. And as the days went on, and as the weeks went on, we got into a groove, so it got really smooth and really fast. My wife slept for the first time in her young life. 5 years she did that. It took us 5 months to really get a system down, but once we got it, we used it for the rest of their lives as they were growing up. All my boys are older now. My youngest is 25, so they're all older now, right? That's in the household. That's in the household. So I had to get some clarity about, okay, what's working and what's not working. What's working and what's not working. And then I had to fix it, okay? Tell you something in business. I worked in insurance, term life insurance. I was a manager in the term life insurance area. I had a team of about 35 people. And this one is really bad, but I'm going to tell you guys anyway, because maybe it'll help somebody, so I'm gonna put myself out there. All right, so we had a situation, and as you know, in corporate America, things change all the time. They change all the time, right? So we had some terminology that was changing because our system changed. We had leads that were inbound leads that, you know, they had a commercial on the Oprah show back in those days, and the leads would come in for term life insurance. And we had outbound leads where we would actually get lists and things like that and shoot out information to people. So inbound and outbound. That was in our DNA for probably the length of time that I had been there. And they were in business for about 15 years before I even joined the firm. So they had that language it was innate to everyone in the organization. And then we switched systems. And we created a system that put all the leads together. So it was inbound and outbound leads, and they became what's known as blended leads, right? So when we start going to meetings and we start looking at or having communications and emails and things like that going around, we kept seeing that those terms were still used, and they really were not. They were no longer valid, right? So what we devised, I did on my team first, and then we did it through the rest of the company because they thought it was just so unique, but it was really strange. We had a funeral. We had a funeral. I told all of my team, I'm like, okay, everybody dress in black, put on your Sunday's best, dress shoes, all of it, the whole 9. We're going to have a funeral, and we're also going to have a repast. For those of you who don't know what a repast is, it's basically like the dinner or lunch or brunch or whatever after a funeral, right? I think that the African American community is the only ones who call it a repast, but that's what it is. All right, so we got a cake, and we said, rest in peace, inbound, outbound. I got a little bitty box, and I put some dirt in there, some earth. And I did, because I am a licensed minister, I'm an ordained minister. I did a full sermon. It was only about 5 minutes, but I did a full sermon, and I put those words to bed. I killed them, basically. And the way that we killed them is that everybody said it once for the last time. And I had them shout it really, really loud. Inbound, outbound, everybody screaming. And when we came out of that, we had our cake in our meeting, because we did it in our team meeting. We had our cake in the meeting, and then we all came back to the sales floor. And I remember the few weeks after that, one of my lead agents came up to me and said, Randy, I have never, ever in my life been able to change my mindset as it relates to a concept that quickly. It's because we killed it. And we put that thing there, and I had it in my office. I had the little casket, if you will. It was sitting in my windowsill. So every time they came around and asked questions or they did coaching and things like that, it was sitting right there. So it was always front of mind for those folks to change what it is they're doing. I'm telling you all that to say this. In business, and I've asked so many questions in different groups that I'm in, and I'm surprised to an extent. I'm surprised that we always get the exact same answers. Same answers. What's going on in your business that you need help with? It's finance, employees. My business is not making as much money as I need it to make. So basically sales and marketing. Branding, I don't know how to do branding. I'm afraid to really launch out and expand my business. I need a coach, but I won't take on a coach. All these other wonderful things. And it all boils down to clarity. If you knew what it is that you were there to do, and if your teams know what it is that they're there to do, it makes the job so much easier. It makes it so much easier. If indeed you are in line to do some type of a growth thing, where you're trying to scale your business, you're trying to add divisions, you're trying to expand divisions on things that are actually working well, you have to be clear. Not only you, but your teams have to be clear on what exactly are we trying to do. What are we trying to do? And if you don't have that clarity inside your team, you will not make it. You won't succeed. I'm just going to be blunt. It will not happen. One of the things that kind of gets muddied, especially when I work with churches, is the fact that they say that they're bringing in people each week, so they think that the church is growing. But in actuality, what's happening, they're just swapping them out. Folks are going out of the back door. They're not being followed up with. They're not connected to the ministry. They're not connected to your purpose and your plan for what it is that you're trying to do. There's no clarity. There's no clarity. Is that happening in your business? Is the fact that you're overwhelmed, and I'm coming aside from the pandemic, because the pandemic is very unique in regards to us being on shelter in place here in Illinois, at least. Some states have had an opportunity to kind of reopen a little bit, but most businesses here in Illinois just can go to a 35% or so capacity. They're opening it up, each week, which is great. But right now, that's where we are. So what happens though when the folks come back? Because they are going to come back. They're going to come back. Do they understand what your business is and what it is that you guys do? Do they understand it? Is there a clear objective? And I'm not talking about a mission statement. One of the things we have a challenge with, if we create these mission statements, they're plastered all over the place. Nobody knows what it means. Nobody knows what it means. Nobody can just regurgitate that thing to you, or just speak that thing to you immediately as it relates to you asking the question, okay, so what is our mission? Try this. Ask your employees. Ask your team. Ask your management team, especially. For those of you who have a management team. Ask your management team, what is our mission? Some of them will be smart enough, because I'm not that guy, I'm sorry, but someone will be smart enough, they'll actually be able to tell it to you. Boom, right? And then ask them, what does that mean to you? Not what does it mean to you? Everybody in that room should be saying the exact same thing. If they're not, there's no clarity. There's no clarity. That is what we want to discuss today. That's what we want to discuss today. And I share with you a business story. I share with you a personal story, how I managed my house. Manage is a kind of a rough word, but I ran my house, or what have you. I don't even know what the term would be. But those two are very, very similar, because there was no clarity. Who was doing what? Why were they doing it? Is this the best way to move forward? Things of that nature. And you've got to get to a place where you are sharing with your team, you're sharing with your family, sharing with the organizations that you're a part of, exactly why you're doing what you're doing. And what success means. What's it look like when you get there? Because you guys, maybe there's some of you that are on there that'll view this either now in the replay later on this evening, and there is a replay. It's going to happen at 8:30. This same live that we're doing right now. There's some of you on here that you've got it. You're rocking and rolling. This is the thing that I would offer you, especially CEOs that are on here, senior management, things of that nature. Those that are over organizations. Does your team know? Are they 100% clear on what it is that they're supposed to do? And it's okay that they don't know it now. The challenge that I have for you is that how do you correct that as you move forward, and as you grow as a manager, and as you grow as a team, and as you grow as a company? How do you get it? Okay? I'm going to do it in 4 questions. 4 questions. This is our work today. Give you a little bit of homework. And for those of you who are interested in getting this handout, please just comment in the feed there in the comments, and I'll make sure that you guys get a copy of it. Okay. This I call the truClarity tool. truClarity tool. And what this is, you want to do this at the beginning of a quarter. Each quarter, you want to constantly be very clear about your mission, be very clear about the steps to get to your mission, and also clear about what success looks like, what it looks like. So everyone in your organization, everyone in your church, everyone in your family even knows exactly where we're pointed. They know where true north is. All right. Here are the 4 questions. I'm so excited to share that. Let me drink some water though, because my throat's getting crazy. All right. 4 questions. I'm just spilling water everywhere. All right. So, first question is this. You have to be honest. One of the challenges with this particular tool is you have to be honest. So what I'd suggest is if you do give it to your management team, it's really great to have the managers all in a room together, and I'm going to tell you how to administer this so it's effective for you and your managers. And I have just about 7 minutes, and I promise you I'll be done with this, and we can move on. All right, first question is this. What is your current status? You got to tell the truth. Where are you? Where are you as an organization? Where are you as a family? Going back to my familial example, I thought we were cool, right? But my wife was taking on way more of the domestic things than she really needed to. Because I know that some of you men don't do anything in and around the house. I know that because I know dudes, right? But you really have to check in and make sure that she's okay. Because trust me, you want her to have the energy to help you to manage that house. Even if it's just you and her, she has to have rest. She has to have, time for herself. To go out and do things that she likes to do. Her every waking moment shouldn't be everything that's going on in the house. Be truthful with yourself. What is your current status? Write it down. Take about 3 or 4 minutes, write it down. I'm not going to do that right here, but I would ask that you would look at this video again and do the exercise. What's your current status? Here's the second question. If you were to look back in 12 months, or if you look, let's say it's 12 months later and you look back at the last 12 months and it was the best year of your life, what would that look like? What would that look like? These things happened, we hit this goal, we hired on that team of additional customer service people, additional sales people that we needed to expand and to grow our business. We finally got a manual that is really it's conclusive in regards to what it is we're trying to do as a business, and everybody understands what their role is. We hired a COO to help us with our operations. We hired a CEO to help us be the executive in front of us and giving us vision and helping us get to that next level. What would that look like? Third question is this. Why is that important? The things that you listed as far as those goals, why is that important? Why is it important? And write it down. Write it down. Why is that important to do? Why is it important for you to have a new CEO right now? Why is it important for you to expand that sales area right now? Why is it important for you to hit this particular financial goal? Why is it important for you for your safety mechanism to be in place for emergencies? Things of that nature, your OSHA and all that kind of jazz. Last question is this. What kind of capabilities do you need to achieve those goals? What kind of capabilities do you need? Do you need to go to a seminar? Do you need to hire a coach? Do you need to do something that's outside of the realm of what you have the capacity in-house to do? Or is it just simply, we just need to really clarify our objective? That's what we need to do. Those are the 4 questions. If you go through that exercise, you and your team, you and your family, go through that exercise, and I would recommend doing it every quarter so you can be really clear about it and that everyone gets that into their DNA, into the fabric of the organization, you're going to do better. You're going to do better not only with planning, but also how you execute what it is that you're planning to do. do. I promise you that. All right. I hope that you guys got something out of that. It's a wonderful tool called the Clarity tool. Again, if you're interested in getting a PDF completely free, I'll share it with you. You can't copy it and send it anywhere, but you can use it with you and your organization. And I would love to hear feedback about how you used it and what kind of results you garnered from it. I know that it'll help you. And also too, if you guys are interested in a coach, that's what we do here at GE Riley. I'm one of the coaches here, and what we do is business coaching from operations to management to marketing, things of that nature. We have two programs. One is a 3-week program, and it's one-on-one with me, either me in one-on-one setting or in a group mastermind where we would have like-minded individuals together, and we would go through some information to help you get to that next step that you're trying to get to gain clarity and things of that nature. The other thing is a 6-week program where it is, again, it's live, it's one-on-one. Obviously it's Zoom related. That's $1,800 or something like that, $1,897. If you're interested in applying for those programs, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can tag me here or tag me in my DM. We'd be glad to get on a call with you and kind of see if we can help you and your organization maximize what it is you're doing. I appreciate you guys so much. Clarity, guys. Clarity. Clarity, clarity, clarity. And if you don't know how to gain that, how to do that in your organization, please consider hiring us. We'd love to work with you. Making that investment in a coach is actually probably, I invest in coaches myself. I have 3 of them. Just to make sure that I am on point and I'm moving forward, because more times than not, you're inside of your organization, you can't see the problems. And if you have someone that's seasoned, that's actually been where you are and understands where you want to get to and understands how to get you there, and a lot of it is mindset as well, you need a coach. And if you would like one, we are here and we are available. We appreciate you so much. Join us each Wednesday. We're going to be on from 1:30 to 2 o'clock on Wednesdays, and again a replay at 8:30 in the evening on Wednesdays. Appreciate you guys. Hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Go out there, kill it for the people, and get clear.